try to read something, you do not understand a word. Or how hard you try to solve a question, that's 7 times 8 is just a nightmare. It actually sounds pretty simple, right? Very normal. But you know, the future effects of these repeated situations are hard to unsee because maybe you have some other talent that you even don't know about it. Well, this is actually dyslexia, and today I will explain about why Azerbaijan must establish specialized schools and curriculum for dyslexic students. Many dyslexic students in Azerbaijan are labeled lazy or careless because nobody actually knows they have learning difficulties. Well, dyslexia usually affects reading, writing, calculation, and directionality abilities, but that doesn't mean they're not intelligent. This is also supported by Dr. Sally Schwitz in her recent studies. How many people are there with dyslexia in the world? Just picture this: 5 to 10% of the people from worldwide. But you know what? There is no official recognition of this condition in Azerbaijan. There is no statistics, there is no research, or any centers, or any experts in this field, which sounds pretty actually hard to process. And you know, it's very hard for so many hundreds of thousands of people to learn skills because they don't have the right approach in this field. And you know, as time goes by, there are long-term effects of low self-esteem, and it goes to academic fail and eventually unemployment. But there's a research by Ekpant and his colleagues that said early intervention actually improves outcomes. Even simple reading games and some sportive learning games and stuff can help students to learn. So if you don't take that act now, the students can just fail over and over again. They will continue to fail. Now, there's a good news. We can do something about it. So there's a solution that it can be established, government-supported specialized schools, and provided with trained educators and dyslexia-friendly tools. This will provide some personalized learning for those who need. Well, it's easier said than done. First, we need to recognize dyslexia officially in our country. Then we can start training educators, collect some materials, and even start partnerships with associations like British Dyslexia Association. And after a lot of processes, we can start the pilot schools to test the approach before spreading to the whole country. Well, if you do this, students can perform highly and they can succeed just like any other. Countries like United Kingdom and Finland show that national support to this condition actually helps higher graduation and employment rates, as well as people with high self-esteem. And what if we don't do anything? Well, students and eventually people will continue to fail in classes and will go to high levels of stress and maybe depression, which is very bad for their mental health and to the society. Well, you might ask, well, what we can do about it? There's a lot of rules for this goal to be achieved. Well, policymakers can make right choices and decisions to make this project come true. Educators can get international level of training about it and become experts in this field. And as students and citizens of Azerbaijan, we can raise awareness and support inclusive education initiatives, which would be very helpful so everyone will be informed and they can spread this information around everywhere. Well, to conclude my point, I would say every mind matters. When giving the right support, right help, these students can flourish, because this is not a weakness. Dyslexia is just a difference. Thank you for listening.